In this video, we're going to be looking at a specific guy called
Yuval Noah Harari.
Yuval Noah Harari.
Yuval Noah Harari.
He is a person you have most likely never heard of. He relates not only to AI, he is an extremely influential person, and at the moment of me recording this video, he is most likely going to be the next person, or at least a very strong contender, to take over from Klaus Schwab in January of 2025 as the head of the WEF, also known as the World Economic Forum. And in this video, we're going to find out who he is, why he's so powerful, and how he is related to AI, and why you should be aware of him and why you should possibly even be concerned about him. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Now, Yuval Noah Harari is classed as a historian, a best-selling author. He has sold over 45 million copies of books. They have been translated into 65 different languages worldwide as of this point. And he is also a bit of a historian and a bit of a futurist. So first off, a video that I saw on X the other day was an extract from his TED talk talking about one of his books. And the name of his book is Homo Deus, A Brief History About Tomorrow. And within that book, he talks about the human experience, how humans have evolved over a period of life, like our whole existence pretty much, and how going into the future, how that is going to affect us going into AI. And before I say anything else, I want to just show you this video that inspired me to make this whole video in the first place.
In the book, if I understand it correctly, you argue that actually the amazing breakthrough that we are experiencing right now not only will potentially make our life better, but they will create, and I quote you, new classes and new class struggles, just as the Industrial Revolution did. Can you elaborate for us?
Yes, in the Industrial Revolution, we saw the creation of a new class of the urban proletariat, and much of the political and social history of the last 200 years involved what to do with this class and the new problems and opportunities. Now, we see the creation of a new massive class of useless people. As computers become better and better in more and more fields, there is a distinct possibility that computers will outperform us in most tasks and will make humans redundant. And then the big political and economic question of the 21st century will be, what do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Do you have an answer in the book?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games.
First off, that clip is from about 8 or 9 years ago from a TED talk that he did 8 or 9 years ago. And he was predicting stuff like that long ago. First off, he's basically saying there's going to be a new class of humans, a useless class. Basically, he's saying these are going to be humans who are going to be replaced by AI. They're going to have no place in society to basically give to society in a productive way. Hence why we're going to be, entertained with drugs and computer games. That's going to be life for humans. Hearing that it doesn't put a smile on my face, it doesn't make you feel good, and in reality right now, as I've said in my previous videos, that is a way we are heading right now, whether you like it or not. And whilst he's basically predicting this 8 or 9 years ago, this predominantly relates to his book, and I've got it right here. The book explores a future where humans, having already mastered famine, plague, and war, turn their attention to attaining immortality, happiness, and godlike powers. However, he warns that the pursuit of these goals could ironically lead to a rise of a, in brackets, massive class of useless people who may need to be pacified with drugs and entertainment as they are replaced by advanced artificial intelligence. The book examines the potential ethical implications of using technology to control and manage human populations, and raises questions about the future of humanity as we gain the ability to design our own biology and evolution. Now, mix this that he is most likely gonna replace Klaus Schwab at the head of the WEF. This is a really clever, smart guy. We're talking at a level of where leaders of countries go there every year. The biggest countries on the planet go there every year. This is an exclusive club that no one can really go to but the elite. And he is pretty much behind the scenes. He's also known as the brain of Klaus Schwab, the second in command, his right-hand man. Now, there's another video I want to show you quickly that goes into a little bit more detail about what I'm talking about.
To more and more fields, many people think that the main aim of music is to inspire human emotions. Now, if this is what music is about, very soon AI will be better than most human musicians. Yeah, one of the biggest dangers with this new technology is that, a lot of jobs will disappear. So the biggest question in the job market would be whether you are able to retrain yourself to fill the new job, and whether the government is able to create this vast educational system to retrain the population. People will need to retrain themselves. Or if they can't do it, then if you can't do it, the danger is you fall down to a new class, not unemployed, but unemployable, the useless class. People who don't have any skills that the new economy needs. This will be a disaster. The profits of the new industries, they are used to benefit the whole population, to retrain themselves and fulfill their entire human potential.
In real time, he's telling you to your face how he sees, and most likely is going to have a hands-on role behind the scenes with some of the most powerful people on the planet, leaders of first world countries is what I'm talking about. And he is telling you to your face, this is what's going to happen. This is what it's going to look like. Now, I am an advocate for AI. I make a whole channel, podcast about it, on and on like that. But also, this is now your time to act. I am not saying this from an emotional point of view. I'm saying this from a logical, and literally the guy's giving you answers right in front of you right now. You need to act. You need to prepare for a future that is uncertain. Bear in mind, you haven't even been asked if you want these AI tools to come in, if you're going to vote on it, how it's going to implicate your jobs, your families, your children, if you have children, if they're going to university, what's the point of them going to university to learn effectively redundant, old skilled jobs that are going to be replaced by AI? Why do you need to go there? What's the point in doing that? How do you prepare for the future? My other thoughts are now is as this happens and the landscape changes, you can enhance your skill set. You can enhance how you learn, how you react, how you basically adapt to this changing world. You add to your skill set, you add more strings to your bow effectively, right? And the other thing that I don't think people are talking about as much is how AI is actually in real time affecting how we communicate, whether that's through algorithms, whether that's through social media, whether that's even through basic texts, and whether that even then is how going forward we interact on a human level. And there's another video I'd like to show you about that.
This is a social weapon of mass destruction. It could potentially destroy trust between people and destroy the ability to have a conversation.
And that is already happening. We see that happening with social media today.
Yeah, I mean, one of the kind of key questions to ask, any tech executive or whatever is just explain to me, how is it that you created the most sophisticated information technology in the history of the world and people can no longer talk with each other? How is it possible? I mean, whatever you think about what's happening in the world, it's clear that the conversations are breaking down. And the fact that it's happening at the same time that we have the most sophisticated information technology in history, it can't be a coincidence.
And again, in real time, AI is just coming at every single angle. It is just integrating in society with every shape and form that we interact as humans. It is being there. You can see it at least in the West in real time as we are breaking down, going into more echo chambers, going into these little groups where we congregate. There's no such thing as community as much anymore, where people just go and interact with one another. They just stay congregated, and AI is adding to that. It is doubling down on that, whether that is extremely aggressive algorithms on social media platforms, pushing that and showing you stuff that's going to make you react from an emotional point of view, get you to, at the end of the day, when you react emotionally, you stay on the platform longer, watching, interacting, scrolling, leaving messages, leaving comments, leaving tweets, whatever it may be. That is the game, that is the plan. And at the end of the day, the more these tech companies and people in general harness AI and they use it to their will, to their whim, they take it from what can be good with AI and they take it and utilize it for their own use, for their own gains, for their own benefits. And at the end of the day, does that really normally serve us? Not really. It mainly separates us and puts us into more echo chambers, which tend to be more negative. Let's just expand it even more. AI can run government. AI as a source of information could effectively be more powerful than a government. It could be the head of a country. It could run a country to some extent. I mean, it already does in some aspects. Look at China, look at the US, look at the UK where I'm from. It's being integrated in real time. They don't tell you about it, but it's happening. Are they asking you about it? Are they asking your opinion about it? There's votes happening worldwide right now. In my country, in the US, worldwide, all the big countries. Are they asking you though? Are they mentioning that to you though about AI? That's gonna have a real lasting impact on going forward. And there's no going back on that. And this guy is telling you that.
And as a dictator, the biggest problem always is how to control your own subordinates. The one thing a dictator never wants to have is a subordinate more powerful that he doesn't know how to control. And AI is exactly that. You know, in the toolkit of
And it's one of the reasons the Chinese are regulating AI so much more
they're
strictly.
terrified.
Absolutely.
I mean, you think the most effective tool of every dictator in history is fear. How you're Stalin and you want to keep people in line, what do? You terrorize them. How do you terrorize an AI? What will you do? Send it to the gulag? Kill its family? I mean, what can you do to an AI that starts to say things or do things that go against the party line or try to take power away from you? Dictators are in a very, very serious problem. In a way, even worse problem than democracy.
As this is moving forward, and to me, people still aren't aware of it. And I do understand we're living in a time more than ever, and I'm gonna make a separate video about this because it's a whole separate subject. But time, there is not enough time in the world right now, right? As you get older, as you get more responsibility, whether it's jobs, families, paying bills, just having overall adult responsibilities as part of life, that comes at the expense of you having less time. So if I had to say as a 30-year-old right now, as I know other people in my age, a little bit older, a little bit younger, if they have kids, a house, this, that, whatever, they have responsibilities, but the correlation that they all want or have, I have no time. I need you to book this in if you want to hang out with me, see me, plan this. It has to be months in advance. Time is a luxury most people don't seem to have. So I fully respect in the sense that I'm saying that whilst this is happening and I'm saying to you, this is important, you need to know about this, well, you've got kids, you've got bills, you've got other responsibilities, and that is being put on you, and it is just hard to take that information on because there's only so much we can take at the end of the day as a human. We are not machines, we are human. So to transition from this now to talk about the positives of it and sort of bring it into a conclusion, there are still many positives to AI. It can lift you out of poverty, it can teach you new skill sets, it can help you summarize books, which is what I love. It can help you find information that is very hard. It can save you time. You know, the irony at the same time when it is used right, it saves you time. And again, like I said in my Google Gemini video when I was calling it out for its stupid wokeness and all of that sort of rubbish, when it is given to big tech companies, I'm repeating myself here from that video, but with great power comes great responsibilities. Those tech companies, those people have that power, they have that responsibility. Look at history. History repeats itself. Do they use it for the intention and good of us as normal people, or do they use it for themselves to gain power, more leverage, more ability to, you know, not necessarily say cast fear, but make our lives, let's say, harder when they have the power to make it definitely easier. They don't want to make us thrive. They want to make us either work for it or keep us in this zone of, you know, not thriving, but just enough to be getting by, just enough. But there's a guy right here who's most likely going to be taking over the WEF next year, or if he doesn't, he will still have a powerful role to play behind the scenes, and he is telling you to your face in real time what is to come, what he expects. This guy is not going anywhere, and it's something that you should be aware of. And you know what? You could be sitting there saying, well, what about if you do fail? Well, if I do fail and I become a part of that useless class, at least I'll be able to say, look in the mirror and be like, you know what? I gave it my all and I failed, instead of just sitting there from day one, being drugged up, playing computer games and whatever else there may be on offer to keep you in that docile state of mind. But that is what I think. That is the video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.